Hello everyone, good morning. So today I'm excited to share my CKA or a Certified Kubernetes Administrator exam journey. So if you are preparing or just considering this certification, this presentation will guide you through my experience, my preparation strategies, and the tips to help you succeed. So I set for my Kubernetes exams on this Saturday, that is 18th of Jan 2025, and passed the exam in my first attempt, and I'm very happy about it. So let's start with the introductions. So let's start with briefly discovering what is CKA. So CKA is a prestigious certifications designed for administrators and engineers who want to demonstrate their Kubernetes expertise. This exam validates skills essential for managing Kubernetes clusters and making it a must-have for DevOps and cloud professionals. Kubernetes is a critical skills for day-to-day DevOps operations, especially for the purpose of container orchestration. Moreover, this certification helps in career growth in cloud and DevOps area. It helps you to demonstrate your Kubernetes expertise, and this is very high demand in job market basically. So if you are having these credentials attached to your profile is likely to be selected in most of the jobs related in DevOps area. So let's see what are the courses that I have referred for this exam. So I will say, if you are whether you are working in Kubernetes or absolute beginner, I think the Zeal Vora's course that is present in Udemy can be a good start. I followed that course. So the course is present in Udemy by the name of Master Course to prepare Certified Kubernetes Administrator certification, and it is quite comprehensive, and at the same time it is very beginner friendly. So you can start learning Kubernetes in a beginner friendly way. But I also referred official Kubernetes documentation, and which is very detailed and has up to date information. Basically what happens is Kubernetes release new versions very frequently, and there are quite a lot changes that happen, uh, and most of the Kubernetes exam are based on uh, almost recent versions of Kubernetes. So it is always good to refer Kubernetes document, and it is also very critical in other ways that I will explain uh, as we in some time. Apart from this, I also referred Mumshad Mannambeth's course on Udemy. It is by the name Certified Kubernetes Administrator Certification with Practice Test, and I highly advise you to go through this course once you are little bit comfortable with Kubernetes, because the way he deals with advanced topics and the practical exercise that he provides are superb, and that helps in learning. There is a platform that Mumsad has prepared. Basically, it is called Code Cloud. I have done almost 90% of my hands-on exercise and preparation using this platform. So this will help you prepare. It is, I will say, that this platform is almost 80% similar to actual exam environment. So it will help you prepare. Although you can also use your own Kubernetes cluster, you can prepare in a Windows based environment also, from where I started. But eventually the exam is based on Ubuntu terminal, so it is better to start getting familiar with the Ubuntu or Linux environment if you are not already having that experience. So let's see how to prepare for the exam. So effective preparation tips. So uh, start with Zeal Vora's course. For it's a foundational course, and don't skip making notes. Uh, if you find any information that is relevant, prepare a note for it. Trust me, those notes are going to be handy once you come to the completion of the course, because CKA is a vast exam, uh, and it's quite confusing also. So you need those notes, those details that will make you handy and save you some time basically. Uh, and for a hands-on lab, platforms like Killer Kodas are excellent, but you can also create your own Kubernetes cluster. Practice both interactive commands and YAML manifest writing, which are critical basically. And finally, practice mock test to simulate real world scenarios. Um, so basically, Kubernetes exam is mostly about practice, practice, practice. It is 100% practical exam. There is no MCQs, etc. So the more you practice, the more you feel comfortable in your actual exam. So exam bookings. So while booking for your exam, search for discount coupons available. Quite often there are discount coupons that are present on Linux Foundation website only. You can get the discount coupons on the site itself, but still, if you want, you can look for various discount coupons that are available over the internet, because there are quite a few coupons that give you more discount for the exam fees, because it is a costly exam, and if you can save 20-30% on the exam fees by putting some coupons, it is useful. um, Practice thoroughly on simulators like killer.sh, which closely mimic the actual exam, although I would say that that simulator match mostly to the exam, but still I would say there would be a 5% variation in the real exam terminal. Um, and remember, you can cancel or reschedule the exam as many times as needed, although there is a time window for 24 hours, so they need 24-hour advance notification for cancelling or rescheduling the exam. Use it wisely. I have myself have cancelled and rescheduled my exam couple of times, because I got ill when I first planned to give the exam, and then I have to reschedule, and then again I have to reschedule because of my illness. So use it wisely for your benefit. Taking the exam. So let's talk about three strategies to be followed during the exam. Familiarize yourself with the Linux terminal. So it is little different from the killer.sh terminal basically. So in killer.sh terminal, when you open, you can straightforward see the actual exam simulator terminal, where you can click on that and you can start typing your commands and interacting with the terminal. But in this exam, when I opened the terminal, it was not such no such icon for Linux terminals. Rather, you have to navigate through the application, and then you have to find your terminal. So you have to familiarize yourself. Don't get panic, because obviously you can see the time starts running as soon as you enter into it. The second most important point is the browser management. So the browser that they provide is Mozilla Firefox, and resize the browser window for the better navigation. So when I started the exam, basically that exam window is very constrained. It is very small, and both the horizontal scroll bar and vertical scroll bars were not visible, and that were making very difficult for me to the navigate for searching and navigating the content. And basically what was happening is, when I was trying to search for some information, I have to use page up and page down for my keyboard basically, and that was making me um, to take bit more time for searching the proper information from that website. But after some time, I resize the browser window, and after that I can see both the scroll bars, and then it was a smooth drive. Follow the question instructions very carefully to avoid missing any details. So I will give you one example. There was a question for backup and restore of etcd, and what was happening is basically there was instructions mentioned into the question that you have to execute or perform the steps from the after SSH into the control plane, and basically I was not doing that. I was just doing it from the home window, and it was not happening. And because the timer is running out, and that questions comes as a 7 to 8 number questions, and at that time you all are already into 40 45 minutes into the time window, and it is very panicking situation when you don't read the instructions carefully, and then you see the commands are not working. But so what I did, I flagged that questions, I moved forward, and after completing all my questions, I came back, and then I had some time left, and then I read the instructions carefully, because obviously I was not able to do anything because all other questions were done and I was left with this. So I read the I thought of reading the whole section once again, and I saw the instructions, and then I navigated into the control plane, and from there I was able to complete the question. So read the instructions carefully. They have provided the instructions there. The most important and most critical thing is manage your time. The exam is of 120-minute duration, and some questions are lengthy, and some questions are also very confusing, and especially when you have a clock running. But don't panic, I would say. There are questions which can take off maximum of 4 to 5 minutes. So that time window is not as stringent as it looks, because if you average the time every question takes, like average time for each question would be around 7 to 8 minutes, I would say. There are lots of breaks that are allowed. Up to 100 breaks are allowed, although I don't know if those are for real, but there was a message that there are 100 breaks allowed. I personally have took around 6 to 7 breaks for myself. So take those short breaks to stay focused, and the exams allows you 100 breaks. So let's go to top tips. So practice fixing broken clusters, learn how to do backup and restore of HCD, mark and flag your doubtful questions. Don't waste your time initially. If you are getting stuck to any question, move ahead and come back to later. But yeah, if you are confident, don't waste your time basically for re-reviewing that question on which you are confident. Try to create your manifest file with identifiable names. So with this I mean, so that there would be 17 questions, and you would be creating manifest file for almost, I think, almost 14 15 questions, right? So may name them in such a way that if you are coming back to review your questions, you can find which manifest file you have used for which questions, because when in a particular folder you have 14 15 YAML files, and obviously there would be some YAML files which you have recreated, right? So there would be some wrong manifest files also. So it is very important that you have a strategy for how to name and label your YAML files, so that you can refer them again if you need for when you are reviewing your questions. And the most important thing is, while you are preparing for your exam, familiarize yourself with the Kubernetes documentation, because this is an open book exam where you can refer to Kubernetes documentation. And the more you are familiar with what information is present on which page or which link of Kubernetes document, that will be your real time saver when you sit in the real exam, because searching the right information quickly is the key to success in this exam. So thank you for listening to today's sessions, and I hope this session has been informative to you. I have my link to my LinkedIn channel here. So if you want to connect, you can follow me there. And if you need any further help or want to connect, please leave a message in the chat section or send a connection request on LinkedIn, and please subscribe to channel to keep listening to the content. Thank you. Bye bye.